The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
Both of them trying to look and appeal to be new. Bears wins the Sasha Heavyweight Championship!
Skyver Community welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Heavy Boxing League. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NHBL Finals Wildcards, presented by Skyver Community. An intense first round for the side of death yesterday, resulting in Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick versus Kinsley and White Russian Mare versus Musique. They will be facing off in the divisionals next week. The final matches of the first round occurring tonight on the right side, the more easier side of the NHBL Finals. Good evening, everyone. Gentleman Sodora here with High Tree and Cobalt. The matches we have set for today are not as intense as the matches we saw yesterday, but I'm sure the competition will be just as high as we saw yesterday. First match, we've got El Comandante versus Spot. Now, El Comandante set to participate in the NHBL International Series event in London next month, though he coming in trying to make his name here in the National Heavy Boxing League with participating. He had a little bit of participation in the Battle Royale, did not make it that far as he wanted, as he hoped, but Spottin here, red hot, winning 2 tournaments in Season 60, Equestrian Sentinels Backyard Brawl, who broke the former Sasha Heavyweight Champion Some Porcupine streak of 4 tournaments won consecutively, and able to win the Time to Play Network Boxing Day Classic against another boxer who's on this side of the bracket that we'll get to later. So that intense first match coming up between El Comandante and Spottin. Red Fire, the Mystic Flame, qualified for the NHBL Finals back at the one and only Time to Play Network Boxing Day Classic. He could only qualify for that based on other heavy boxers already having qualified, gotten to the top 4 positions. But he is certainly ready to participate and more ready to punch other boxers than ever before. And his opponent, Freeman the Annihilator, looking for a little bit of vengeance as he lost in the Time to Play Network's Boxing Day Classics Festive Sandwich Final against Spottin. So looking for a little bit of revenge here and trying to make his name going into the NHBL Finals and potentially a run for the Sasha Heavyweight Championship. Then Setup Lit, of course, one of the more consistent heavy boxers in the NHBL, losing to some of the top boxers such as Spottin, Porcupine, Kinsley, Russian Bear. He's trying to make a name for himself as well and potentially clinch his first Sasha Heavyweight Championship appearance ever since appearing in Season 4 of the NHBL. So he will be facing off against Saxon Hoovy, who also qualified by other heavy boxers being qualified for the NHBL Finals previously. So he also trying to make a decent run, just like Red Fire, the Mystic Flame. So Setup Lit and Saxon Hoovy facing off there. And the final match of the night between Pootman and Metro. And of course, Pootman, another boxer, qualified based on top heavy boxers in a tournament already qualifying. So he was the next step to qualify for that. And then Metro, another great heavy boxer, set to fight in the International Series. He's been around with the NHBL since Season 2. He took a little bit of a break for the 5th Sasha Heavyweight Championship tournament, but he is coming in today and is ready to box. Now, High Tree, we look at the boxers we have today, not as well known in the NHBL as yesterday's boxers, but this first match we have between El Comandante and Spottin, an International Series fighter facing off against one of the better boxers of the NHBL who's won 2 tournaments in Season 6. What do you expect from that first one?
I'm going to say the NHBL man. I really do think he could win this, and, well, I don't have any real surprise here.
And of course, Commandante, he has participated back in the Skyver Community Battle Royale as he got put in as a backup heavy boxer, but he didn't make it very far with that tournament. As we know, Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick won that, and he's on the other side of the bracket. So maybe El Commandante will have a better run here. Now, Cobalt, we look at the next match after that. Redfire, the Mystic Flame, and Freeman, the Annihilator. Now, Freeman, again, looking for revenge against Spaten as he lost to him in the Festive Sandwich final of the Time to Play Network Boxing Day Classic. But do you think Redfire is more motivated because he qualified by default for the NHBL finals?
I wouldn't really know, mate, honestly. I guess so, because he qualified, but really, I'm saying Spaten's going to be more, because I've seen him fight, and Spaten's quite vicious when he fights. So my vote's in for Spaten for that one.
Well, it's Redfire the Mystic Flame versus Freeman the Annihilator in the match I'm talking about. And
oh, sorry, I misheard it. I said Spaten. And I'm thinking, dude, I love Spaten. Spaten's great. Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't think I've seen those two fight, actually. Freeman the Annihilator sounds like an interesting name. I get a Half-Life 2 vibe from that kind of thing, so I'm voting for Freeman.
Yeah, Dr. Freeman, he might be able to annihilate going into tonight's match, but we'll, of course, see how that plays out in a little bit. Now, High Tree, we look at this match between Saxon Hoovy and Setuplit. Of course, Saxon Hoovy only qualified by default, but Setuplit, he's been consistent with his boxing, at least making it to the quarterfinals and most of the time making it to the semifinals, but falling short of getting to the championship of a tournament. And that's partly because he's based in Finland. He's got a high ping compared to the opponents that he's facing here. Do you think with Setuplit that he'll be able to overcome that ping in tonight's match?
I actually do think he can overcome this ping. I've seen it happen before, and I believe in my full hope that this man will overcome it and win.
It's very possible. And a lot of people have been hoping for Setuplit to at least make a more decent run for a championship. And what better way to do that than the NHBL finals going into tonight? We'll see how he fares out tonight. And of course, Cobalt, this last match we have here between Pootman and Metro. Pootman qualified by default, still motivated to try and make his mark in the NHBL. But Metro here, he's been in the NHBL, or at least part of it, since the second Sasha Heavyweight Championship tournament. He's been around for a long time and took a temporary break after the fourth Sasha Heavyweight Championship because of consistently losing to either Metro or Spaten. But now he has the potential to face Spaten again in the quarterfinals. You think he's looking for vengeance?
He might be looking for vengeance, but honestly, I guess at the end of the day, it's all whoever wins in the ring.
Absolutely, and we'll see how these intense matches fare out as we go into tonight's match. We're going to give you a little bit of a commercial break, and when we come back, the first matchup occurring between El Commandante and Spaten. The NHBL Finals wildcard match is occurring here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome and presented by Skyver Community. Our proud live streamer Fluffabat taking us into an intermission.
The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
Welcome back to the Harpoon Gaming Superdome for the first match of the NHBL Finals wildcards presented by Skyver Community. We're going to see the mandatory 3 warm-up rounds here between El Commandante and Spaten. Now, High Tree, we can't talk enough about Spaten. You know, his dominant force, winning 2 tournaments in Season 6 so far. He managed to break some Porcupine streak of winning 4 tournaments consecutively. He looked for a 5th one there, but Porcupine lost in the final to Spaten. And Porcupine eliminated from the tournament last night by Kinsley, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. You think Spaten has it in him to be able to win the Sasha Heavyweight Championship this time around?
You know, all right, I'm back. I'm all about redemption stories, and I think Spaten has it in him. He could, but I really do want El Commandante to win this. That's just me.
Yes, and Commandante here, Cobalt. He again, we mentioned he's participating in the NHBL International Series match coming up in July. He's fighting in London, England, so he'll have a little bit better of a ping advantage, as it'll be on sort of his home soil, his home turf, in a server based in London, of course. Now, we talked a little bit about how sometimes the ping can be a varying factor in boxing matches, but sometimes it can't. At least with the way he's boxing now, do you think it's a varying factor?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged blade. It can either help you or can help you. It cannot help you. You'll find that sometimes high ping may lead to rubber banding, leading to non-reliable hit reg. Then again, it also may appear that you are teleporting around, and I don't know how Team Fortress 2 registers hit registration via ping, but if I were to punch and the server were to register it, but I were not to appear on your screen, the player with higher ping would then see he hit him, and then the server would register that, or the guy who's lower ping would see the other guy teleporting around and not know when to punch. Then again, it also may mean that the guy with higher ping may suffer from rubber banding and not be able to punch because he's being teleported back and forth and not know when to punch either. So again, it's a double-edged sword. It could help you or it could not help you, and then lower ping is always good to have.
Absolutely. It looks like they've got one more warm-up round that's going to take place here. That looked like Spotton was pointing out a little bit that El Comandante was doing some jump crouching during the warm-up rounds. And of course, it's not during the round. It's not during the actual match, so it's fine. But as long as he doesn't do crouching nor jumping during the active round, then he should be fine. But I believe they have one more warm-up round to go here. They're actually tied 1-1 in warm-up rounds here, High Tree. Looking at least the strategy they've taken with these punches and such, you think it could go either way?
Honestly, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it and seeing from the warm-up, it could be an either way.
And of course, they're taking their final warm-up round here, just hovering around the finals logo here. And Cobalt, it's interesting to see their strategy here. They're missing punches here, but they're not very aggressive on either side. They're just both of them taking a more defensive approach.
Well, there's multiple kind of strategies you can do in a boxing ring. I'm not going to list them all because we would be here for hours. But one of a simple one is kind of like they're both kind of playing the defensive, waiting for first person to strike. It's kind of like, I don't know, the World War I fake out where they were waiting for the first other person to strike until Germany, pulled the blitzkrieg and pulled through. So I think they might be doing that strategy.
Indeed. All right, and now the boxers are set. The first match of the right side of the bracket and the first match of tonight's event presented by Skyver Community. Down to our referee, Dr. Sensei Hugo.
Thanks, Fedora. All right, guys. Today's rules are the standard rules. So no crouching, no jumping, no eating in the ring, and no leaving the ring. And oh fuck. Wait. Oh, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, I'm back. Boxers have two disputes, and if two are successful, they get one more dispute. And if you want to dispute, you say it at the end of the round. El Comandante, are you ready?
Very well.
Good. Spotton, are you ready?
Yes.
Good. When I shoot my shotgun, you may start fighting. Good luck and have fun.
Round one begins. Of course, Hugo needing to be censored over there, but the punch is being thrown, and it looks like it was an even first punch by both heavy boxers. Spotton manages to win the first round here against El Comandante. Just a great aggression showed by both fighters in the beginning there, High Tree.
I gotta say, that was an amazing blow from Spotton. Wow, that really shook me.
Yeah, it was a really interesting strategy for them both to take there. Just looked the same way they were in the warm-up rounds, but Spotton just having the more aggressive edge there. Down to the second round.
Like before, no crouching, no eating, no jumping, and no leaving the ring. And you can have two disputes, and if two are successful, you'll get one more dispute. And you say the dispute at the end of the round. El Comandante, are you ready? Good. Spartan, are you ready? Good. When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Have fun and good luck.
Round 2. Spartan has the advantage here. Comandante looking to make it back. First punch dealt in there by El Comandante. Spartan getting a little bit more aggressive as they hover around the NHBL Finals logo. Few missed punches there, and Comandante will win the second round. So it's tied 1-1 now here, Cobalt. Looks like, I believe Cobalt may be AFK here. I'm not sure. But we'll get a little bit from you, High Tree, while Cobalt's a little bit out there. That was a good comeback, at least so far, by El Comandante. Now it's tied 1-1. Just one more round for either of these boxers to advance to the next round.
I'm honestly surprised on how that round went. I could have sworn that Spartan got way more hits on, but good on Elcom for, getting a couple hits in and winning the round. I gotta say, it's pretty surprising.
Absolutely. And it looks like Spartan disconnected from the server. Not sure if that was intentional or accidental. I believe Spartan is going to be connecting in back here in a second. He just messaged me that he ran his auto executable and he had item_test in it. So he's going to be connecting back in just a few moments once he gets everything configured back. But I mean, High Tree, looking at the way that Comandante was able to keep the aggression in the ring there and make that one comeback, I mean, it's difficult for a heavy boxer to come back 2-1, but we saw that last night with Kinsley against some Porcupine. Porcupine got the first round and Kinsley came back, won the 2 rounds in a row, and knocked out the former Sasha heavyweight champion. So it really can go either way with both of these heavy boxers, but who do you think is going to come out on top in this?
This is a real tricky thing you've asked me. I honestly, now that I'm seeing it right now, I've got hope on Elcom. I said it before, Spartan looked better in the beginning, but Elcom, man, my hopes are for you. Please win this. Seriously, I'm betting a lot of cash on you. Seriously, they'll take my home away. Okay, there we go. Please, seriously, I'm serious. You win this.
I'd like to remember, kids, that we do not endorse gambling, and yeah, that's all I had to say.
Of course not. And that's a question. It's going to be interesting to see what Spartan does here with him now coming back into the server. It's going to be interesting to see how the momentum has shifted with the match tied 1-1. One more kill, and one of them advances on. One of them will be knocked out. Down to the ring for the final round.
Glad to have you back, Spartan. No crouching, no jumping, no eating in the ring, and no leaving the ring. And you can have 2 disputes, and if 2 are successful, you get one more dispute, and you can dispute at the end of the round. And El Comandante, are you ready? Yes. Good. Spartan, are you ready? Spartan? What? Oh, he's not ready. Are you ready? Yes, he is ready. Okay. When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Have fun and good luck.
The final round. One will advance. One will be knocked out of the chance at the Sasha Heavyweight Championship. First punch thrown by El Comandante. Punches being thrown again. El Comandante with the aggression, and Comandante knocks out.
Comandante, I'm not going homeless now. Thank you, my friend. Seriously.
And I lost my
El
truck.
Comandante wins it 2-1 against Spartan, and the current boxer in the NHBL International Series will advance and one step closer to potentially winning the Sasha Heavyweight Championship. Cobalt, what did Spartan do wrong in the third round?
They were both like I said about World War I, dude. They were playing both very defensively, and then, El Comandante went in for that left hook and got him.
And it looks like El Comandante had a little bit of an advantage there, too. He got the first punch in there with that left hook and then just managed to keep wailing punches on Spartan. So now El Comandante closer to the Sasha Heavyweight Championship, but of course he'll have to get through either Pootman or Metro. It's going to be really interesting to see how it works out.
If I may add for a quick second, actually, one of the main key points that a lot of boxers I've seen don't really realize is the first punch is key. Once you get that first punch in, you can just rush him and keep wailing on it, because no matter how many punches, you already have one punch on him. So if he gets, say you miss one, you can still go for that tie and try to get him as well. The first punch is key in a lot of these situations. Anyway, yeah.
I like the file dispute.
Oh,
there's a dispute.
No
turn
dispute.
here.
Please God.
It's an interesting turn here. Spotton now going to file a dispute a good time after the round. There is no time limit on disputes in the NHBL finals, nor in the NHBL rulebook. There's no time limit, so Spotton eligible to make that dispute. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now,
What is a dispute?
Now, as the NHL rulebook states, for those of you who don't know, the dispute is sort of like a challenge in the NFL. If you feel like like the referee missed something about someone lagging out or hits not registering, stuff like that, then a heavy boxer can dispute that, and that'll be up to the referee and the EVP of officiating. They will discuss in a chat room separately about the dispute. But first, we'll hear from the referee the formal announcement of the dispute.
Hold on, I'm typing to him.
Sorry.
All right, so they're preparing the formal announcement of that, and upon which we will head to commercial break. But Cobalt, what do you think he's wanting to dispute here?
From like you said in the chat, I don't know if the stream can see the chat. He apparently is complaining about hit reg. Remember I talked about low ping and high ping? He might be having ping issues, and that's why hit reg is happening. Then again, Team Fortress 2 is 10 years old and running on Valve's godly Source engine and has not been ported, so hit registration has known to be an issue for this game. But I don't know, maybe it's either, maybe it might be his human nature of maybe he lost and he's a bit salty, or maybe he might have a legitimate hit reg issue.
It could be one of the two, but of course, every heavy boxer eligible to dispute when they want to. I believe they have the formal announcement now.
No, just Maria Salvador.
All right, they're still trying to work that out of what the formal announcement of the dispute is. But I believe we're going to go to commercial break. At least what it looks like the dispute process. The dispute is that hits did not properly register. Spot believing they did not register. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with the result of the dispute.
The NHBL finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the referee Sensei Hugo has the announcement for the dispute review.
Upon further review, hits were not registering on the heavy boxers and the round will be restarted.
All right, so you guys heard it first. So the round is going to be reset. It's still 1-1, so one more round to occur. And of course, Spotton's successful at that dispute there, Cobalt. You think that this call was right?
Yeah, I think it's very right. I have nothing here to say otherwise, because there's nothing backing up why I'm totally voting for Spotton. It's just out of my heart. Spotton's a great guy. I think he deserves it, and I think that guy over there also deserves to lose his house. I mean, I think it's great boxers, and I think this is a really good idea.
Listen, all right. I think this dispute was totally invalid.
Dude,
right?
I bet my truck and my truck's worth a lot of money.
I don't care. My house is worth like $100,000. Anyway,
my truck could be pavement princess, dude.
I think this file was completely ridiculous. The dispute, all right.
I think this dispute is very valid.
Castro to win.
Fidel
could win this.
Well, High Tree tries to settle out that he bet his whole house on Commandante winning here. We'll go back down to the ring for the final round.
I will find you.
Shut up, High Tree. Final round.
Taking up in here. I'll find you.
Hugo, you're up.
Nerd.
I swear.
Alright. Okay, so the round is being reset. So the standard rules: no crouching, no jumping, no eating in the ring, and no leaving the ring. And you have two disputes, and if two disputes are successful, you get one more, and you dispute at the end of the round. And Spartan, are you ready? Good. El Comandante, are you ready?
Very well.
Good. When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Have fun and good luck.
The final round reset. So Commandante and Spaten back to their punches. Even first punch thrown by both. Spaten getting his punches in, and Commandante will win it still. It is 2-1. Commandante will advance. Of course, pending a dispute, getting another dispute potentially given by Spaten, but it looks like he will refuse. So Commandante officially has defeated Spaten in the NHBL finals. Hi Tree, I'll ask you this time. With this reset round, what could Spaten have done to potentially win it?
Absolutely nothing, because he will not beat El Comandante. All right, El Comandante is like Fidel Castro. He's a winner, and listen, he will never lose. All right, I love you, Fidel. You had better win this, Fidel. I already invested in you in the Cuban Missile Crisis. You failed me there. You better not fail me here. All right, I'm very old. I forgot to mention that.
I'll have you know that I am a great sportsmanship.
I'll let you know. You can be quiet because I'm the commentator and sit
Use Discord. Use Discord, everyone. Please use Discord.
I'm so sorry for interrupting. I just
okay.
I
so
want my house.
Hi Tree, let me ask you. So Commandante, he may be facing off against Metro in the quarterfinals. That depends on how the result is of his match later on. But that would essentially be kind of a matchup of the NHBL International Series match over in London. So we'll get a nice preview of that as well. But knowing how Metro has fought in his experience, do you think experience differs here for Metro, or is it in favor of El Comandante?
I'm going to say, it's all in favor of El Comandante, because I'm still going to keep betting on him throughout the whole thing. But, Metro's got nothing on El Comandante. I mean, come on. He's Fidel Castro. He's got, like, a whole country behind him.
We do not endorse gambling.
We don't.
Full disclaimer, we have no gambling system in place. It is just completely facetious.
TF2lotto.com. Sorry.
All right.
I'm just saying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna head back to commercial. When we return, Redfire, the Mystic Flame, and Freeman the Annihilator will duke it out for the next match in the NHBL Finals Wildcards, presented by Skyver Community here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome. Fluffubat taking us to commercial.
The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harpoon Gaming Superdome, the NHBL Finals Wildcards, presented by Skyver Community. Redfire, the Mystic Flame, and Freeman the Annihilator set to face off here. First, their mandatory warm-up rounds, of course. Now, High Tree, we've looked at these boxers before and seen what they're capable of. Freeman the Annihilator, he lost to Spaten in the Best of Sandwich final of the Time to Play Network Boxing Day Classic. And Redfire lost 3-0 against Total Unknown in that same tournament, but he qualified by default for the NHBL finals. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these boxers fare out. But Freeman, do you think he's more motivated to win than ever now that Spaten is out of the tournament?
Listen, I think Freeman is more motivated than ever because Half-Life 3 is going to come out soon, and I love Gordon Freeman. I'm guessing this is 2 of these, right? No.
Not the same Freeman, I don't think so.
No, are you sure? Because I'm betting on him just because of that. Are you sure?
I mean, you have every reason to support people for what you want to support them for, of course.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
Half-Life 3 is definitely coming out this year.
Yeah, same with Left 4 Dead 3, right?
Right. I heard it from this one guy on the street. He said it was.
Yep, the one guy in the street who has sketchy
name was
mutton
Jim.
chops and smells like pea soup. Cobalt. So
Love
here's
him.
the deal with both of these boxers down here. We already talked about Freeman. Now Redfire, we talked a little bit about him. He qualified for the NHBL finals by default, even though he lost 3-0 to Total Unknown in the quarterfinals. So it's really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes in here. But Redfire, the Mystic Flame, do you think, at least with what we're seeing in the warm-up rounds a little bit, is he fully qualified to be in the NHBL finals?
I can't tell which one is which. Who's who?
Red is Redfire, the Mystic Flame.
Well, I've seen Redfire. He appears to be beating him. However,
Excuse me,
I think
Red
the other
is
man...
Freeman. Red is
sorry.
Freeman.
I was thinking. That
was my
Freeman.
fault.
I was going. Whoa! Is that allowed? I'm pretty sure large firearms are not allowed in the stadium.
Well, you have to remember
Freeman
that
is going to win because the other man has appeared to have killed himself on the stage. So I don't know. I would also search him for crowbars.
I accidentally bet on Red. I did not know Freeman was Red. I am in deep trouble.
Oh boy! No, that's
it.
it. Wait, when you say you bet on Red, yeah, do you mean Redfire, the Mystic Flame?
No, I mean Red as the red team.
Oh, the red. So you bet entirely on just the red team.
Yes.
Well, you might want to sell those stocks before they go down in value.
Oh God.
Well,
I gotta tell my wife.
It's going to be really interesting to see how these guys go. I believe they're almost done with their warm-up rounds here, but it looks like Freeman has been dominating them so far. So it looks like that Redfire's default qualification is showing a little bit, but maybe he's got some surprises up in his short sleeves down there for us when the real matches come around.
Speaking of short sleeves, why can't you guys get regular size shirts? Come on. We're not animals here. I mean,
well,
might be.
Well, it looks like they've got one more warm-up round that they have to take place here. Of course, the referee in his debut here, Bonk Nickeltune, on his debut as an official here, trying to make sure that they get their warm-up rounds in, follow the rule book. But both of these boxers getting some even punches there in the middle of the ring. Pretty decent punches there. And Freeman, it looks like he's dominated the warm-up rounds 3-0. Hopefully that won't be too reflective of what we're going to see in this match. But if it's a 2-0 ace for Freeman, then best to him. All right, so now it looks like Redfire about to get back into the ring. So we will hand it down to our official Bonk Nickeltune for the match.
Thank you, Fedora. Hey, Callie, do you mind getting in your corner? You don't mind? Or are you having a little bit of technical difficulties here? All right, he seems to have technical difficulties for a second. All right, there we go. All right, welcome to the Wildcards, boys. It took you long, tough times to get here, and you've made it. And remember, one of you is going to go in next round, and one of you is going to move on and pack your bags and go home. So, whatever it be, may the best man win, and always. So, I'm going to tell you the rules. No crouching, no jumping, no eating your sandwiches in the ring, no unwanted weapons like miniguns or shotguns while you're in the ring or using them. You each have 2 disputes. And remember that if a dispute is complete, you get an extra dispute, and you can get up to a total of 2 extra disputes. And remember, use them wisely. So, without the rules of further ado, and hoping there's not any other screw-ups, let's begin and ask you, gentlemen, once and for all, Seal, are you ready? All right. You ready, Callie? All right. When the bell rings, have fun and good luck.
Round 1 begins. Freeman the Annihilator and Redfire the Mystic Flame charge out from their corners. No punch thrown yet. First punch in there by Freeman. The advantage here. Redfire able to even it up. And punches around. Fisticuffs have broken out here outside of the Fisticuffs tournament, of course. And both of the boxers trying to keep the aggression up. And Freeman will get the first round. So Freeman takes the lead 1-0 in this round here. Of course, Cobalt having a little bit of technical issues again. So we'll go back to you there, High Tree. I know you're betting on these boxers here, but how about that skill we just saw in there of a good mixture between defensive and offensive strategies?
I gotta say, Freeman, you duked him like a king. You duked him like a champ. Keep doing it so I can keep betting on you. All right, that's all I have to say. I just want him to win, all right? I betted on red by accident. I thought he was on blue because I was betting for him to lose. Now you have to win, all right?
It reminds me a little bit of the war we've had between Baxter and Gonzo on broadcasts. But good to have you in the booth, iTree. Round 2.
Welcome to round 2, gentlemen. Punches are being thrown everywhere, and you remember the rules. Remember to use your dispute process. It doesn't stress enough to remind you guys about that. So before we begin, let's ask everybody. Seal, are you ready?
Put dispenser here.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Callie, are you ready? I will also take this as a yes. So when the bell rings, have fun and good luck.
Round 2. Freeman has the advantage. Redfire trying to tie it up. Freeman trying to advance. Looks like
I'm liking the spread here.
Yeah, it's interesting there by Redfire to just stay in the corner and try and lure him in there. It looks like Freeman has the advantage again. Redfire trying to get some punches in, but not able to. And
God.
Freeman will get a 2-0 sweep here in the first round, and he will advance to face either Setuplit or Saxton Hoovie, which is the next match we're going to see. But Redfire just had a lot of, I believe Redfire Cobalt just had a lot of missed punches there.
Yeah, Redfire was doing kind of bad. However, I'd like to request that we search Freeman for any crowbars, because those punches were hitting pretty hard there. Can we get some sort of a faulty on Freeman?
I'm not sure. I mean,
Perhaps he's air strafing.
A punch is a punch. Though it didn't look like any of them were dirty. They were
but if your punches are lined with nickels, then there's a difference there.
Wait, you could see the nickels shining off his knuckles? Did you mean knuckles?
No, I meant nickels.
Nickel knuckles.
Nickel
Nickel
knuckles.
knuckles.
Dude,
Knuckle nickels.
dude, that's like a
getting
great
close to
fighting
racism,
strategy.
guys.
Chuck
Come on.
it.
You trying to talk about me down here?
You're getting really
Knuckle
close.
nickels. No,
You're
not
getting really
nickel
close.
tune. Knuckle nickels.
Nickelodeon?
All right, so
Excuse you.
as we said, so Freeman is going to face off against Setuplit or Saxton Hoovie here, Cobalt. And of course, Saxton Hoovie, just like Redfire, the Mystic Flame, qualifying by default. But you think it's going to be more in favor for him to face Setuplit or Saxton Hoovie?
Saxton Hoovie, I'm voting for him because I don't know. I like his name. I don't really know much about the boxers. I kind of have a bit of a headache right now. So yeah, that's all I could really say.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Well,
not much
imagine.
to know about Saxton Hoovie though, because he got fourth place in one of the tournaments, but hasn't done much in the NHBL since. But we'll of course see how he.
Referee all right there.
We'll of course see how he does next as we figure out what's going on with the referee down there.
Can someone get an ambulance? And there's been a murder.
While an ambulance gets out here, we're going to go to commercial break. Next match in between Setuplit and Saxton Hoovie. You're watching the NHBL Finals wildcard matches presented by Skyver Community here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome. Head to commercial real quick, Fluffu.
The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
Welcome back to the Harpoon Gaming Superdome, the NHBL Finals wildcards presented by Skyver Community. Setuplit and Saxton will be taking their mandatory warm-up rounds here. So we are going to see them have their warm-ups here. And of course, Cobalt, we can't talk enough about Metro and how he has been in the NHBL for a long time. He's been wanting to try and get that Sasha Heavyweight Championship, but he hasn't quite got there yet. Part of that plays into it is because he's based in France, so his ping does have a little bit of effect on that. But why am I talking about Metro? I'm sorry. Now Metro, we've talked about him. And we'll talk about him more later tonight. But with Setuplit, he's based in Finland, so his ping has had a little bit of effect as well. But he's still dedicated and participated in every tournament in Season 6 so far. Of course, he only qualified for the NHBL Finals by default, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does here. Well, looks like Cobalt having a little bit of technical difficulties over there. High Tree, again, we've mentioned with Saxton Hoovy. He qualified for the NHBL finals by default as well. Both of these boxers in here by chance. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these players fan out. But who do you think has the more motivation, Setuplet or Saxton Hoovy, to win this match?
I'm gonna say Setuplet. I'd say him.
Any reasoning behind it?
Honestly, you want to know the real? See, I don't trust Saxton Hale. I'm guessing Saxton Hoovy's like some off-brand child of him. And I don't like anything Saxton. He owes me $5, Saxton Hale, alright? I never got my Saxy for making my SFM. It's very nice. I really don't like Saxton Hale. That's it. I just don't like him. I don't like you, red team guy. I'm betting on the blue guy. Forgot his name again.
Man, the amount of aggression that's being shown by High Tree for anyone he hasn't bet on,
That's
it's real.
right. You're a failure unless you're the guy I'm betting on. Just like my daddy said to me.
Is this the way you act whenever you go to the Kentucky Derby or the Belmont or Preakness Stakes?
Yes.
Is this the way you act? You hate all the other horses?
That's right. All the other horses are inferior to the one I'm betting on.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Just don't approach High Tree when he's at the Kentucky Derby or the Preakness or Belmont Stakes.
Life is a betting game. It's right. Hey, don't tell me it's all right, mate. I'm crazy. I bet a lot.
All right. Well, of course, the mandatory warm-up round's almost over here, and it's going to be really interesting to see how these boxers fare out going into the match. At least looking at how it's gone, Saxton Hoovy has managed to get 2 victories here and Setuplet trying to get a final one here in the warm-up rounds to at least have some advantage here. A lot of missed punches by both of them in this warm-up round, and Setuplet able to get a 1-round victory in there. So hopefully he'll be able to do that, except in better favor for him, Cobalt. And it looks like Cobalt again still having some technical issues over there. He'll get those resolved as soon as possible. All right, so we'll hand it down to our referee, Dr. Sensei Hugo, for the match.
Is anybody else worried about how our referee is a pirate? Or is that just me?
Just a moment.
It's scary.
Rip.
I'm afraid of pirates.
Oh, for God's sakes. Was that necessary?
You should penalize them.
I think I'm just going to go with it. Okay, guys. The rules are the standard ones. No jumping, no crouching, no eating in the ring, and no leaving the ring. And you have 2 disputes. And if both of them are successful, you have 1 more. And you call the dispute at the end of the round. And Setuplet, are you ready? Are you ready?
Very well.
Oh, you're ready. Good. And Saxton Hoovy, are you ready?
Yes.
Good.
Very well.
When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Good luck and have fun.
Round 1 between Setuplet and Saxton Hoovy. Setuplet trying to make his mark again in the NHBL finals. And Saxton Hoovy here, both these boxers here by default, both of them trying to make their mark on the NHBL. One of them will face Freeman the Annihilator in the divisionals next week. No first punch thrown yet. A lot of missed swings by both of the boxers, and first punch made by Saxton Hoovy. A lot of punches being dealt there by Saxton. Setuplet trying to even it up here, and he won't be able to as Saxton gets the first round there. I believe Cobalt's still having some mic issues over there, but High Tree, just a lot of missed punches there by Setuplet. I believe the ping played in parts of that as well.
I'm not happy about how this turned out, alright? I have a lot bet on Setup, and Saxton, I gotta say, he must be doing some special voodoo Jedi mind trick thing to make him miss his punches.
Absolutely, and it's going to be and a lot of good sportsmanship being shown by the boxers in the middle there. Of course, we'll see how their sportsmanship fares when we go into the second round.
Let us play.
Same rules. No jumping, no crouching, no eating in the ring, and no leaving the ring. And you have 2 disputes, and if 2 of them are successful, you get 1 more, and you call the dispute at the end of the round. And Sexton Huey, are you ready?
Da.
Good. Setoplat, are you ready? Good.
Spencer. Yes.
When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Good luck and have fun.
Round 2. Saxon Huby up 1-0 against Setup Lit.
Coming for you.
The boxers ready to punch each other at any moment. Just, of course, Saxton Huby hovering around the middle and Setup Lit trying to take a more outside approach. See if Setup Lit can get a round victory in here or if Saxton will make another clean sweep. First punch by Setup Lit there. Looks like he has the advantage going into this. Another punch, and Setup Lit will tie it up.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
another great match tied 1-1, and it's surprising to see here, Cobalt, assuming that your mic may be working right now, we're not sure. But looking at this, it's interesting to see that it's tied 1-1 between Setup Lit and Saxon Huby. We predicted a lot about the right side not being as competitive, but we have had 2 of the matches go to the final round, and only 1 on the left side went to the final round in the first matches of the left side. So it's going to be interesting to see how this match fares out.
We do this.
All right, down. Looks like some rock, paper, scissors going on there.
Shit.
And Saxton Huby dying because of the rock, paper, scissors taunt, so he'll get back into the ring in just a few moments.
Hey, you want to play rock, paper, scissors with me, Fedora?
Yeah, sure. We'll see how this results out while we're
We'll have
waiting.
some fun, guys. Fuck.
Ah, dang. Scissors cuts paper.
Hey, you're not dead. I wanted you to explode in little ghibli bits. What happened?
We have God mode in the
Well, you should have
commentators
been all
box.
ghibli. Just go all ghibli.
Round
I do it all
3.
ghibli.
Alright, guys. Standard rules: no jumping, no eating in the
Very well.
ring, and no crouching, and no leaving the ring. And you have 2 disputes,
Paper.
and if both of
Come to
them are successful, you get 1 more dispute, and you call a dispute at the end of the round. And Saxton Huey, are you ready?
Come to
Good.
Harry.
Setoplat, are you ready?
Come on. Put the Spencer here. Come
Are
on.
you ready?
Put the Spencer here. Come to Harry. Yes. Needed the Spencer here. Rock.
Are you ready?
Sit. Yes. Doctor. Very well.
Ah, he's ready.
Rock. Paper. Scissor. Put the rock. Paper.
Fuck.
Come. Put the Spencer here.
When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Good luck and have fun.
Spencer here.
The final round of this match. 1 kill will determine who faces against Freeman the Annihilator in the divisionals next week. Will it be Setup Lit or will it be Saxton Huby? Boxers just hovering around the logo. Looked like the first punch thrown evenly in there. Both boxers trying to take a more defensive approach with their punches. Saxton Huby a little bit more aggressive. Just some missed punches by both boxers here. Looks like they're hesitating at the last second as their punch is supposed to be dealt in there. Another punch thrown. The boxers still just trying to be as defensive as they possibly can. Looks like Setup Lit trying to get in a little bit more push there. Looks like he's not able to get that punch in. Both of them very close to each other, missing a punch. Saxton who managed to get it in, and Setup Lit will advance to face Freeman the Annihilator in the divisionals. It's a 2-1 victory for Setup Lit, and he will face off against Freeman the Annihilator in the next round. High Tree, looking at the way both of these heavy boxers faced off here, what did Saxton Huby do wrong?
He was Saxton related. All right. I need a medic after I'm done with this. All right. I betted on Setup, and good God, I'm happy I did. Setup, you're feeding my children. That's it.
Oh my goodness. So that's going to be a good divisional match between Freeman the Annihilator and Setup Lit next week. And
You better win in the finals.
now I'm wondering, you bet on, I believe, who did you bet on in that first match between Redfire and Freeman? Was it Freeman?
It actually was Freeman.
So you've got a little bit of a conflict of interest, or it doesn't matter who wins that match because of your bets, right?
It doesn't matter who wins, as long as I get to live in my house with air conditioning.
All right. Well, with that comment, we've got one more match that's going to come up. We will announce the boxers that are going to be taking place after the commercial break because we've had a little bit of changes. But we will be back after commercial. You're watching the NHBL Finals Wildcards presented by Skyver Community live here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome, and Fluffabat taking us to commercial.
The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NHBL Finals wildcard matches presented by Skyver Community here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome. The mandatory warm-up rounds are about to take place with our last match of the night between Metro and a fighter coming in who's potentially confirmed for the International Series in Germany, Ego JYT. Pootman did not show up, so of course his registration deposit will be kept by the league, and Ego substituting in. So now the mandatory warm-up rounds about to take place here between the boxers. So that they will box momentarily, and they're moving around just for their first 3 rounds. And it's a weird substitution to have at the last second, of course, here, High Tree. Cobalt having to step out due to some issues on his technical side. So it's just you and I in the booth right now. But looking at this match, Metro, he's facing someone who's completely unknown. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out between the two.
I am all about the mystery man in the crowd, and I'm already getting my bets ready for Ego. I just have to say it right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if Metro will be able to come back against this guy. So hopefully Metro will be able to make a comeback or something. Looks like he's going to be jumping in here. I believe they just had their one mandatory warm-up round, so I believe they have 2 more. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. But it looked like Ego got that first round victory there. And you're all about the mystery man, but you got to give a credit at least to Metro for his experience in the NHBL.
Oh yeah, definitely. The thing is, I was rooting for Metro originally, but then I heard his name. I was like, Ego? Oh my god, it's like Ego, the planet. I was like, wow, I really like this guy. You see Guardians of the Galaxy too?
I have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy too. It's a pretty decent movie.
That's what I'm talking about, Ego. I love that movie. Baby Groot is my bae right now.
Just, I am Groot. It's that little child saying I am Groot over and over and over. Vin Diesel, voiced him in.
Oh my god, yes.
This is Vin Diesel on a high-pitched module. It's amazing what they can do in audio editing.
It's amazing what they do in movies nowadays, don't you say, kid?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
So the final warm-up rounds occurring here. Ego managed to ace all of them, and it looked like Metro had a little bit of hit registration problems, but hopefully he'll be able to accommodate for that going into the rounds. So we'll see how he plays it out here. And, of course, a last-minute substitution, an interesting turn of events here at the Harpoon Gaming Superdome. So Ego JYT facing off against Metro here in the first round. So now we will hand it down to our referee, Tyson, to formally kick off the final match of the Wildcards.
All right. First time that I'm being a ref. All right, fellas. You know the rules. No weapons in the ring, including a minigun. No jumping, no crouching, and no leaving the ring whatsoever, and no sandwiches. Hey, you guys got a dispute? And if your dispute's successful, you get another. Alright. Come on. Metro, are you ready?
It's not possible!
I guess that's a no. Any reason? Okay. Is JYT ready?
Yes!
Okay, just wait.
All right, Metro.
Metro?
Looks like Metro adjusting his side.
Alright, he's ready. Alright, fighters, hold on a minute. Alright, and when the bell rings, the bell will ring in 3, 2, 1.
First round kicking off. So Metro and Ego JYT facing off. Metro able to get the first punch. He's being cornered there by Ego. His punch is being thrown, and Metro trying to get some victory here. It looks like it's evened up, but Metro will get the first round, and he gets a victory over here over Ego. It's very interesting to see how that turned out there for Metro to be cornered by Ego and able to win that there, High Tree.
I gotta say, this is not looking good for myself, all right? Ego in the beginning had a very aggressive approach, and I was like, wow, this Ego guy, he's got this in the bag. I shouldn't have no worries. And then Metro in the back, like defensive, like a little dying puppy, they completely turned it around, and I was like shocked. I'm actually kind of afraid now for my life. Yeah.
A dying puppy, huh?
Yeah, let's not worry about that. I'm totally not
Round
betting
two!
I'm totally not
Round
betting
two!
my life. Metro, you better lose this. I bet on some Chinese people.
Round two.
I'm sorry. Alright, fellas.
I'm
Same rules
serious.
apply. And, yeah. No sandwiches, no jumping, no crouching, no leaving the ring, etc., etc. And of course, the disputes. You guys get each a dispute. If one of your disputes is successful, you get another dispute. Alright. JYT, are you ready?
Da!
Alright. Metro, are you ready?
Yes!
Alright. Hold on. Alright, the bell will ring in 3, 2, 1.
Metro has the advantage, 1-0. Metro and Ego. Ego trying to make his mark a little bit here as the mystery man popping into the tournament. Metro having some even punches with him, gets an extra in there. Another one, and Metro will advance against El Comandante in the divisionals. So all the divisional matches are set, and Ego just not able to be victorious here. What did Ego do wrong in this match, High Tree?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to switch towns, alright? Probably change my name and become Mexican. Good on you, Metro, for winning the round. I think Ego was a bit too aggressive, and yeah, I gotta go call my tax people to get a new ID.
You think the tax people will actually give you a new ID when you say that?
Yes, alright, they know me. Those Chinese people do not play. They're the Yakuza. They're like the Yakuza, but shittier.
The Yakuza.
I am
All right.
shit right now. Quite literally.
Okay, so the divisional matches are set now. Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick versus Kinsley, White Russian Mare versus Musique, Freeman the Annihilator versus Setup Lit, and El Comandante versus Metro. We have a great set of matches for us going into next week for the divisionals. And looks like that'll wrap it up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to join us next weekend. Thank you for joining into the live stream for the NHBL Finals Wildcards presented by Skyver Community. Be sure to join in for the NHBL Finals Divisionals next Friday and Saturday, the June 9th and 10th at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and both of those, of course, presented by Skyver Community. From the Harpoon Gaming Superdome, the Gentleman's Fedora, on behalf of High Tree, Cobalt, our live streamer Fluffubat, and all of the hardworking men and hopefully women at one point. But on behalf of all the hardworking men here for the National Heavy Boxing League, thank you for tuning into the broadcast, and we hope to see you next weekend. Fluffu taking us to the outro. Good night, everyone.
The NHBL Finals are exclusively hosted and presented by Skyver Community, a fresh take on Team Fortress 2 since 2014, and the home of the longest running and most popular Class Wars server. Skyver Community, official server host and official presenter of the NHBL Finals. The NHBL Finals, presented by Skyver Community, is sponsored by My Variety, official prize provider of the NHBL Finals. Scrap.tf, the first automated banking service for Team Fortress 2. And by Xeno Gamers, a different way to play. Skyver Community thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Heavy Boxing League.